Hey guys, how you doing? I'm your host of the most, your boy Rich from Rich TV Live. And wow, crazy week this week, guys. It's been a very rocky road this week, and we're going to talk about why are stocks falling? Why is Bitcoin falling? And what is the reason? I've been in the markets for 17 years. I've been in crypto for 7 years, and people are always trying to tell me to buy this and buy that. And then when I ask them why, they just say, because it's hot. And I'm like, that doesn't work for me. I want to know why I should buy the stock. Like, do they have revenue growth? Are they profitable? Do they have assets on the balance sheet? What is the catalyst? Oh, it's just hot. Buy it because it's hot. That's not good enough for me. I'm not buying something just because it's up. And there's a lot of people in this market right now that are doing exactly that. They're just buying stuff because it's up. To me, that's mental, okay? So I'm going to show you guys what's going on in the market. We're going to break it down. I'm going to explain to you why I believe the market's going down in stocks and cryptocurrencies. I'm going to explain to you why I don't think there's any reason to worry. But I'm also going to talk about some of the things that do make me worry as an investor, because I think you need to look at everything as an investor. You need to understand everything with the companies that you're investing in so that you can have success in the market. I don't think being successful in the market has anything to do with luck, okay? You can get lucky once in a while. You can also get unlucky once in a while in the market. But I believe in order to be successful in the market, you need to have a plan. You need to stick to your plan. And you need to really understand everything that you're investing in. So if I'm going to invest in a stock, I want to know how many shares do they have. I want to know who's the management team. I want to know how much debt do they have on their balance sheet. How much equity do they have on their balance sheet? Are they profitable? Are they making money or losing money every quarter? These are extremely important things for me. But I see a lot of people, and I'm in all these group chats, and I see all these people, oh, this stock's hot today, I got it. This stock's hot today, I got it. But why are they hot? And then you read the news, there's no news. To me, that's sketchy. For me, that's way too risky. So what I want to do here at Rich TV is I want to educate people to become great investors that understand the markets, that understand why things are going up, why things are going down, and how can you take advantage of opportunities that exist in the marketplace. So let's get right into it. And we're going to break it all down right here, right now, exclusively at Rich TV. I must remind you guys that Rich TV Live is strictly for information and education purposes. Please do your due diligence, do your research before you invest in anything we talk about or discuss. And past performance is not always an indication of future results. I'm going to look at a lot of stocks today. I'm going to look at some crypto. Some are hot, some are not. I'm not sitting here telling you to buy anything, okay? You need to do your own due diligence, your own research. You need to really understand what you're getting into, why you're buying it, and you have to make sure that if you're investing in something, you're investing with money you can afford to potentially lose, because the markets are inherently risky and very volatile, and things don't always go the way you want them to in the markets. And there's reasons why the markets go up at times, and there's reasons why markets go down, and you need to understand why. So we're going to break it all down today. Hopefully you guys can learn something from today's episode. And if you have any questions, please put in the chat. I'll do my best to answer your questions. If there's any picks you want me to look at, please put it in the chat. I'll do my best to look at your picks as well. Now, we are streaming on multiple platforms everywhere. Hello, everyone, wherever you are. I want to say hello. This is Rich from Rich TV Live, and we're going to break down all the biggest trending news of the day. And I'm going to start with this right here. And we will be looking at the markets, but I want to explain to you what is going on. All right. So first and foremost, why is Bitcoin going down? Okay. There's a lot of reasons why something goes down. So Bitcoin was going up because a lot of people were getting excited because Bitcoin ETFs, Bitcoin spot ETFs, were filing for approval with the Securities and Exchange Commission. When 6 different Bitcoin spot ETFs were filing for approval with the Securities and Exchange Commission, that was a huge boom in the Bitcoin price. However, Just this week, the SEC, the Securities and Exchange Commission, decided to delay all of the Bitcoin ETF spot approvals until early 2024. So that big catalyst that'll get everybody excited to buy Bitcoin because they thought that maybe a Bitcoin spot ETF would start getting approved in the second half of 2023, all that momentum is gone because the SEC has now decided to delay the approvals until early 2024. So that brings all the excitement back in 2024. So if you had been investing in Bitcoin thinking that you'd make money in the second half of 2023, now you're probably thinking, well, nothing's really going to happen now until 2024. So a lot of those investors are selling. A lot of those people that bought for the up on the Bitcoin spot ETF approval are now selling because they're realizing they got to put their money into something else. Because that momentum, that boom in the Bitcoin market is no longer going to happen now until 2024, which is still over 4 months away. And that's what a lot of investors do. They're just chasing momentum. They're just chasing moves in the market. They're just literally hunting momentum. So this is the reason why I believe Bitcoin is not doing well right now. There's other reasons as well, and I'm going to show you why. But this is the biggest reason why I believe Bitcoin is dropping, because this is the biggest reason why Bitcoin busted higher was because of all the Bitcoin spot ETFs looking to get approval by the SEC. And the first and biggest one was BlackRock. And when BlackRock announced that they were filing for a Bitcoin spot ETF, everybody jumped into Bitcoin because BlackRock is the largest institutional holder of assets in the world with over $10 trillion in assets. So obviously, if they get approval, which it looks like they will in 2024 with the Securities and Exchange Commission to have a Bitcoin spot ETF, that could signal trillions of dollars flowing into Bitcoin. That is a massive catalyst for Bitcoin. But because the SEC has decided to delay this approval on 6 different Bitcoin spot ETFs until early 2024, now I believe that all of that momentum will happen in 2024. And in 2024, we have so many catalysts. We have 6 Bitcoin spot ETFs looking to get approval. And we have the Bitcoin halving event happening in March. Those are massive catalysts for Bitcoin, all of which are now moving into 2024, which I believe is now going to be a massive year for Bitcoin. And of course, I am a holder of Bitcoin. Full disclosure, I'm a holder of Bitcoin. I'm not telling you guys to go and buy Bitcoin. Okay, that's not why I'm doing this. I'm just explaining to you guys what is happening in Bitcoin and why. And hopefully you guys can understand what's going on in the market and make good investing decisions. That's why I'm here. I'm not here to tell you to own Bitcoin. Yes, full disclosure, I do own Bitcoin. I do own Ethereum, okay? But I'm not telling you to go and buy Bitcoin. That's not what I'm doing. I'm trying to explain to you what's going on in the market so that you can make a good investing decision and you can have success in the market. Now, there's another reason why Bitcoin is actually going down, and I'm going to show you why. So one of the most influential people in the world, if not the most influential person in the world today, is Elon Musk. Elon Musk owns another company called SpaceX. SpaceX actually held $373 million worth of Bitcoin, which they acquired in 2021 and 2022. Now, the rumor is that SpaceX has sold their Bitcoin. So if this is true, then this is another reason why the price of Bitcoin is going lower. Anytime you have the most influential or the richest man in the world in Elon Musk, and he comes out and says, or there's rumors that are coming out and saying that SpaceX has sold all $373 million of their Bitcoin. That's going to put a huge amount of selling pressure on Bitcoin, not just because they're selling $373 million of Bitcoin, but also because of the fact that Elon Musk, who's very influential in the world of investing, when he says he's going to sell any of it is Bitcoin, that puts downward pressure on the price of Bitcoin. Now we're going to look at the price of Bitcoin and you can see what's going on, but it is clearly dropping and it's dropping fast and literally right now. But before I do that, okay, you know what? Let's just look at the price of Bitcoin because it's crashing, right? It's crashing right now. So let's just look at it right here and right now. So let's take a look at the price of Bitcoin. Here we go. All right, I'm going to take a look at the price of Bitcoin. It's literally crashing right now as we speak. Here we go. So Bitcoin is at 25,721. You can see that Bitcoin started its move up at around a similar price when the first of all the Bitcoin spot ETFs with BlackRock was announced. They made this huge move up, and now once the SEC has decided they want to delay the approval of all these Bitcoin spot ETFs until early 2024, that is dragged the entire market down. And you can see the MACD on our Fibonacci here gave us the signal to sell Bitcoin. And Bitcoin has been dropping very, very aggressively. So this is not a good thing for Bitcoin, clearly. It's not good that it's going down this fast. It's not good that it's going down this aggressively. It's not nice when Bitcoin drops like this. It's not something when you're a holder of Bitcoin that you like to see. But the one thing that I must remind everyone is Bitcoin started 2023 at 16,000. So even at 25,000, the price of Bitcoin is up around 50 to 60% this year. So it's still up a lot this year. So it's not like it's down, it's up a lot. So this pullback is probably a very normal, natural thing. The same thing is happening in the stock market. The stock market has been going up all year. And when the stock market got to a point where it started to get very heavily overbought, I was signaling a sell. I was signaling that the market was too overbought. I was telling everybody that I'm not buying anything at these prices. Everything is way too high and the market has to come back. And that's exactly what's happening. We've had literally a boom in the market all year and it happened until July. Now, all of a sudden, August hit. It's summertime. People are on vacation. People are seeing that the market is struggling. They're selling. Credit card debt and consumer debt is at all-time highs. People are maxing their credit cards. They don't want to necessarily sell their homes. So what are they going to do? They're going to sell their stocks. They're going to sell their crypto because it's easily accessible money that they can get access to within just a couple of days. This is what people are doing. People are selling their stocks. They're selling their crypto. Why? Stocks are up. Cryptos are up. So it's natural that investors are going to take some profits. That's what's happening. In my opinion, that's what's happening. Now, what's going on in the overall markets? The markets have been really high. The Dow Jones has been up all year. The Nasdaq's been up all year. The S&P 500 has been up all year. So we had to assume that there was going to be something that was going to change at some point. And there's this news that just came out in the world of China. Evergrande files for bankruptcy in the United States, fueling worries about China property crisis. China's been struggling. Evergrande is the largest real estate business in China, and they're filing for bankruptcy. That's not a good thing. That affects the entire global economy. And when China, one of the fastest growing countries in the world, starts to slow down in its growth, that affects the entire world. So this is one of the reasons why we are seeing that the overall markets are starting to lose strength. And in reality, I don't feel like the markets deserve to be this strong. Why would the markets deserve to be this strong? What would be the reason for the markets to deserve to be this strong? The answer is nothing. There is no reason why the markets deserve to be this strong. That's why they're dropping. It just makes sense. Like you have to, when you're looking at the markets, you got to look at the overall picture. Prices of real estate are ridiculous. Prices of gas, ridiculous. Prices of food, ridiculous. Housing, rentals, ridiculous. Everything is going up. Consumer debt, all-time highs. People are not making more money. People are now living at home more than ever. Why? Because they can't afford to drive because gas prices are too high. They don't want to leave their houses because they don't want to spend any money. And they're learning how to work from home. Things are changing. The world is changing. So as an investor, you need to understand the overall picture. And I'm not the guy that's just going to jump into a stock just because it's up 50% today. I'm not going to jump into a crypto just because it's up 50% today. And don't get me wrong, a lot of people do that, and some people have success doing that. Hey man, all the power to you. I wish you all the best of luck if that's how you want to invest. But here at Rich TV, we want to be more fundamental investors. That's why we interview CEOs, so we can understand who's behind the company. We can understand what's going on with the company. We can understand what the future looks like for those companies. So as an investor, we can make informed decisions. Hopefully, when we do these videos, you can have a better understanding of what's going on in the markets and why things are going up and why they are going down and what's going to happen next. But the reality is, I just don't see, and I'm a holder of Bitcoin, full disclosure, I've told you this. I don't see what the big catalyst for Bitcoin is now. And that's a problem. When you don't know what the next catalyst is until 2024, we've got September, October, November, and December. What's going to be the catalyst for Bitcoin right now? And I think a lot of investors looking at that now and saying, you know what, let me sell this now and let me put my money to work somewhere else. I'll come back into Bitcoin in 2024 because they got the Bitcoin halving event. They've got 6 Bitcoin spot ETFs coming. That's 7 major catalysts that could potentially make Bitcoin explode. But I'm going to put my money to work somewhere else over the next 4 months. And I believe that's why Bitcoin today is at 25,779. Now, if we look at the 1-year chart on Bitcoin, you can see Bitcoin's still up. It's still up. So anyone that's been buying Bitcoin this year is up. So a lot of those investors now maybe are thinking, oh, let me sell right now before it goes lower. And if it does go lower, I can just buy it back. I think this is what is happening in the market. I mean, based on what I'm seeing here, you can see my MACD signals of buys and sells. Right now, there's a massive sell signal, and I just do not see what the next catalyst is for Bitcoin right now. That's a problem. And I'll watch this very carefully. I'm going to be coming here with you guys every single week to break down what's going on stocks and stacks and the Bull and Bear show. And I'm going to be interviewing different CEOs all the time as well with different companies and stocks and crypto. So we're always going to be keeping you guys updated on what's going on in the market. I just want to make sure you guys really, truly understand what is happening. I'm not just a fundamental investor that likes to invest in things based on their fundamentals, based on their revenue growth, based on their catalysts and their news. I'm also a technical investor. I like to look at the markets. I like to look at their charts. I like to look at their RSI, the relative strength index. I like to look at the MACD. I like to look at the Bollinger Bands. I like to look at the Fibonacci's. I like to look at a lot of different things. And right now, everything is signaling sell for me. And I'm going to show you a lot of different stuff going on in the market, all the different things that I've been looking at all week. And I just haven't been able to find any trades. It's been hard. It's been very hard to find trades because everything was so high. And now things are starting to come down, which is signaling that it's a good time to start buying again. And that is my signal to start buying. So let's take a look at the markets and look at what is moving today. So Bitcoin definitely down. Proceed with caution with Bitcoin right now. Now, this is a stock that's having a really big day, IONM. And we're going to just look at the 1-day chart here. IONM. So you can see here, they are up 73% on the day. But when I look at the company's financials, I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed with their financials. I don't really like what I see. This is a company making $1 million a quarter. That's nothing. And they're at 50 cents, but they're up 73% today. And I'm in group chats and people are talking about how they're buying IONM. But guys, this company's losing money. They're losing tons of money. They're only making $1 million a quarter. So am I going to buy something that's losing money that's up 73% today? Probably not. And I'm just being honest with you. I'm really not that excited. Look at their 1-year chart. See how they've been coming down and they're just doing a dead cat bounce now. They're bouncing back up. That doesn't excite me. As an investor, that doesn't excite me. Is it on my watch list? Yes. Is it on my radar? Yes. But I see stocks move, and then the first thing I do is I look at their news, and then I look at their financials. And then when I look at their financials, and I see this company is losing tons of money, it's really hard for me to get excited. It's really hard for me to get excited. So I'm just here to kind of tell you guys what's up and kind of break it down to make you guys really understand what I'm seeing. And I'm telling you right now, what I'm seeing, I'm not liking. Just being straight with you, what I'm seeing, I'm not liking. And I'm not going to go and buy something if I don't like what I see. I just can't do it. I can't get excited about it. I can't do it. I don't want to do it. I'm not interested. There's so many different reasons why this is happening. And I just think everyone needs to be really, really careful because these markets are really risky. And there's a lot of desperate traders right now that are just looking to make money and they'll just buy anything. And when I'm in these group chats and I see these guys are buying these things and I ask them, why are you buying it? Did you see the companies losing tons of money? Have you seen their earnings results? Their earnings are terrible. Yeah, well, I'm just doing, I'm scalping. I'm just looking for a quick trade. Yeah, that doesn't work for me. Sorry. I want to buy something because everything makes sense. I want to buy something because everything makes sense. What's up? Hey, thank you for your question. I hope it recovers. Whenever a stock or crypto goes down, I always hope it will recover. But at the end of the day, that's not up to me. That's up to the company. That's up to the company. That's up to the management team. That's up to the CEO. That's up to the board. That's up to the employees. They have to make the company work. I'm just someone that tells the story of what's going on in the market. I don't own any of these public companies. I don't own any of these cryptos other than owning the physical crypto or physical stock. I don't own these companies. I'm not on the management teams. I'm not on the board of directors. I'm not a CEO of any of these companies or any of these cryptos. So when someone asks me, do you think something's going to recover? I think you should look at the fundamentals of the company. And the fundamentals of the company look bad and they're losing money. Not a good sign, right? But if the fundamentals look good and the company's growing and the revenues are growing and the company's assets are growing, then it looks good. Those are the companies that I get excited about. But it's very hard for me to get excited about a company that's losing money. I think that just makes sense. As investors, I think we need to be really informed about everything we're buying, everything we're investing in, and really understand what's going on in the entire global economy. And I think when you do that, you give yourself a better chance to have success in the market. When you look at the best investor ever, his name is Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett has done extremely well in every major market environment. Last year, when everything was crashing, Warren Buffett was doing incredible. This year, Warren Buffett has done incredible. Why? Because Warren Buffett likes to invest in fundamentals. He likes to invest in sure things. He likes to invest in growing companies. He likes to invest in businesses that will be around for 20 years. Warren Buffett actually looks at fundamentals. He looks at their financials. He looks at the debt to their debt to equity ratios. He looks at the management team. He looks at their product. He looks at their revenue growth. He looks at those things. He doesn't just see a stock that's up 50% and then buy it and hope it's going to go up 100% so he can make 50%. That's a very scary way to invest because a lot of times if you buy something that's already up 50%, by the time you buy it, it's going to get shorted and go back down 20 or 30%, and you're going to get stuck holding the bag. This is a very common thing that happens to investors. That's why day traders, 95% of day traders lose. That's a fact. 95% of day traders lose. However, a much higher percentage of long-term investors have success. Those are facts. My job is to make sure that as investors, you guys are learning, you guys are earning, and you guys are understanding the markets so that you can make good informed decisions and you can beat the markets and make money. That's extremely important to me, and I want to make sure you guys understand that. Here's ID. They're up 39% of the day. Another one that, when I look at the chart, worries me. Look at this. It's come all the way down, getting beat down, and then it bounces up. But why is it bouncing up? Does it have huge revenue growth? Does it have huge financials? Does it have a huge acquisition? Most of these penny stocks right now that I'm going to tell you about are junk. Most of these penny stocks are either going bankrupt, doing reverse splits, being acquired, or just been beat down and they're bouncing up on a dead cat bounce. And maybe day traders and short traders, maybe you're getting squeezed, but they're just doing a dead cat bounce, which is, for me, not a really good reason to buy that stock. I don't want to buy a stock because it's bouncing for one day. I want to buy a stock that has a chance to continue to go up for a long time. So when I see these stocks, I think you need to be really, really careful and proceed with caution. Here's top. This is not a penny stock. It's at $7. It's up 28% of the day. But you can see it's had this huge spike and then it's come back down. And the MACD is giving me a sell signal, which is divergence, because it's up, even though the MACD has given me a sell signal. So that's a lot of divergence. See the MACD? It's pointing down, gives me a sell signal, and it's going up. Obviously, they had some news today. They're going up. This is good. Definitely one to watch, I think. Top, TOP, put it on your radar, put it on your watch list. This is one that's a little bit of a better deal that I think has a little bit more interest. You can see it's been much higher, but I think you need to be really, really careful here and proceed with caution. I really think you need to be careful here and proceed with caution. All right, let's take a look at AGEN. Now, this is a little different. This is a company that I actually think has a chance to be very, very successful. They actually have a growing business. They have a $7 price target. $7 price target by many institutions, an average $7 price target, and they're at $1.58. This is the type of company I like. And then when you look at the one-year chart, you can see they've been higher. They've been a little bit lower, and they're starting to come back up. But they've got a $7 price target, and they're a growing company, and the RSI is showing that they are near a good buy zone. This is a company that interests me. They are up 19% on the day because an article came out by one of the largest investors in America saying that he's buying this stock with a $7 price target, and there's a lot of interest that this could reach that $7 price target in the next 12 months. So if AGEN hits that $7 price target in the next 12 months, this could be, a 300 or 400% gainer for investors. These are the types of picks that I like. These are the types of picks that get me excited. These are the types of picks that I think you guys should be looking at. Companies that are undervalued, underappreciated, underexposed, growing companies with a strong share structure. Let's take a look at their share structure. AGEN. Always look at their share structure. 369 million shares. So it's not like billions of shares like some penny stocks are at. It's got not a tight flow, but a reasonable flow. But it's a growing company, and some big institutions are getting in. And like I said, they have a $7 price target, and they're curling at $1.58. This I can wrap my head around. This is a kind of trade that I can get excited about. AGEN. I believe that you should put it on your radar, put it on your watch list. Agenus Inc. Health and Technology, biotechnology company. And I think they have a lot of potential, and they are up nicely today. So put them on your radar and put them on your watch list. All right, let's see here. Okay. Now this is Genius, GNS, another one that's been higher, came back down, and now is doing a dead cat bounce. So I think you need to really proceed with caution. I'm struggling to get excited about this company. Another company that's just got struggling financials, and I know that they're raising capital, they're selling stock. That's a dilutive event. Very hard for me to get excited about stocks that are dilutive, companies that are struggling financially, but they're up 15% of the day. They've been very choppy up and down, and you can see their one-year chart, and you can see very choppy up and down, and essentially just doing a dead cat bounce. That's all they're doing. But there's divergence here. You can see my MACD here, and the MACD actually called a sell, and then they went up. So that's divergence. Divergence means you're getting mixed messages. You've got indicators telling you to sell, but it's going up. That's divergence, mixed messages, mixed signals. Not my type of thing, but I know I'm in a lot of groups and a lot of people are excited about this trade. It could be an interesting day trade, but another one that I'm not that excited about. I'm just not. But it's, it's having a nice day today, up 16%. GNS. Here's MODD. These guys are up huge pre-market. I was watching them carefully. I did like their news. I'm kind of interested in this one. I am. I'm not going to lie, because you can see it's come back down as well. It's definitely cheap, but I'm also getting some divergence here because the MACD first said sell, then it said buy. So it was like sell and then immediately said buy. A little bit of divergence, mixed messages, and it's climbing up. So interesting one. I think MODD, put it on your radar, put it on your watch list. I'm watching it closely. It was a big pre-market. So had you bought it pre-market, you'd be down. Another one that, like, if you chase these things, usually doesn't end very well for you. So I think you need to really be careful and proceed with caution with all of the different stocks right now in the market. Here's BNTC, another one that's up 11% today. The MACD did call a buy and it's climbing. So that's interesting to me. And then when I look at the 1-year chart, I can see it's come back down from a higher level and starting to bounce up. So huge upside from here, lots of opportunity, and it did signal a buy here on the MACD, and the RSI is in a buy zone. So two indicators, the MACD signaling a buy. See, whenever the MACD is blue here, it's signaling a buy, and the RSI also in a buy zone. So two indicators signaling a buy, and it's up 12%. I like that. It's been higher, it's down. That type of thing is something I can wrap my head around. So as an investor, that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for signals that make sense. Then from there, I still need to understand the fundamentals. I still need to go and understand, what does BNTC do? How much revenue do they have? How much assets do they have? What's their debt to equity ratio? What kind of products do they have? How much money are they making every quarter? I want to know those things so I can have a good feel about this investment before I even think about buying it. That's what Rich TV is all about, is really understanding everything you're investing in so that you can make good informed decisions and you can be a successful long-term investor. I want to be in this game for a long time. I've been in this game for a long time. I've had lots of success. I've also lost on stocks and crypto, lots of them. And over the years, I've learned that I want to be one of those investors that loses less and wins more. And in order to lose less and win more, you have to have a plan. And in this world, people don't plan to fail. They fail to plan. So as an investor, you have to have a very good plan and stick to it. And I'm the type of guy, like, when people give me a stock, I don't just immediately buy it. In the past, I did. And I'll tell you, 9 times out of 10, I lost. So now I've learned to really respect my money. And when someone gives me a stock or crypto, I don't just immediately buy it. I go and I do my research first, and then I think about whether or not I want to own it. And if I want to own it, how long I'm willing to hold it. And if I'm not willing to buy it and hold it for at least 1 or 2 years, usually I don't buy it. Because if I'm not comfortable in holding something for a couple of years, probably not something I'm going to buy. Now, that doesn't mean that if I buy a stock and it goes up 100% the next day that I'm not going to sell. If I buy a stock or a crypto and it goes up 100% the next day, I'm probably going to sell. But when I buy something, I want to buy it with the confidence that I'd be willing to hold it for a couple of years. Otherwise, I'm not going to buy it. And I take that mentality from Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett believes that when he buys something and he buys a stock, he wants to know that they're going to be a superpower in that industry for the next 20 years. And if he can't hold that stock for 10 to 20 years, he won't even think about buying it. He's not thinking about buying it short term. He's not looking to buy something for a short flip. It doesn't mean that he won't sell it in 6 or 12 months. He might. If the market conditions change, he might. But he's buying something with the intention of, I'm willing to hold for 10 or 20 years because in 10 or 20 years, this can go up 10 or 20x. And I want to be in this stock for 10 to 20 years so I can see that price appreciation of 10 to 20x over the next 10 to 20 years. And I think that when you gain that mentality as an investor, you give yourself a better chance of having success. And since we've been investing here since 2017 on Rich TV Live, on YouTube, on social media, all over social media, with our trading community, We've had ups, we've had downs. We've had a lot of success. We've had some failures. When I look back at the failures, there's been failures with cannabis stocks because the entire sector has been decimated. That was a mistake because I thought the cannabis sector would be a huge success. I was wrong. It's been a huge failure. There's also been failures in the psychedelic sector. I thought the psychedelic sector would be a huge success. It's been a huge failure. So that taught me a lot. It humbled me and taught me that you can't just assume that because something's new, it's going to be a success. That's not how it works. You actually have to look at the balance sheet and understand whether or not that company or that industry is going to be profitable. And if that company or that industry is not going to be profitable, chances are that that company is not going to succeed. The other thing I learned is that in every single industry, like cannabis and like psychedelics, that have not been successful thus far, there's probably only going to be one or two winners. And those one or two winners are the ones that you want to own. And those one or two winners are usually going to accumulate and consolidate all the smaller losers and failing companies that can't make money. And that's what's happening in the cannabis sector. That's what's happening in the psychedelic sector. And that really taught me a lot. Because when you lose, you learn a lot. When you win, you don't really learn a lot because you feel really good. You're beating your chest. You're going out, you're buying houses, you're buying cars, you're going on vacation, you're enjoying your winnings, which you should. But you're not thinking about what you did wrong or what you did right. You're just enjoying your win. When you lose, because you've got money that you've lost, your account doesn't look good, your portfolio doesn't look good, it humbles you, and it gives you time to look at what you did wrong, where you went wrong, and what you could have done differently. And I think that makes you a better investor. But if you continue to just jump into stocks or cryptos or NFTs or even real estate, and you haven't had success, and you continue to do what you've done in the past without having success, chances are you're going to continue to fail. So you have to analyze everything you've done. And if you haven't had success, you need to analyze everything that you've done and create a new game plan, a new playbook, and create a strategy that's going to give you success. So I'm going to be honest with you. Last year, when the market crashed, it was a very humbling experience. I did not do well last year. I'm not going to lie to you. Last year, in the markets, was a very humbling year for me because everything went down. Stocks went down, crypto went down, and I'm holding stocks in crypto. And they all went down. So it was tough. But what I did do, thank goodness, thank God for this, and thank you, Lord, for protecting me, is I bought Bitcoin, I bought Ethereum, those two, and I bought a lot of it. And I'm still holding my Bitcoin and Ethereum. I bought Bitcoin and Ethereum, and I bought Bitcoin stocks, Bitcoin ETFs. I bought Apple, Tesla. I bought Shopify. I bought Google. I bought Amazon. All of them went up this year. I sold Apple, Tesla, Google, Amazon, Shopify, and some other stocks as well. But those are the major big ones, the big names. I bought them all last year, and this year I sold them all with profit. So this year has been a great year. But I have not sold my Bitcoin. I have not sold my Ethereum. Now you're going to ask me why. The reason why I haven't sold my Bitcoin and Ethereum is because I believe that they're going to go higher with massive catalysts coming. Bitcoin halving in March of 2024, which is now 7 months away. And now 6 Bitcoin spot ETFs, which are all expected to be approved in the early part of 2024. That gives us 7 massive catalysts for Bitcoin in the next 7 months, most of which will happen in the first quarter or the first half of 2024. So I believe 2024 is going to be a magical year for Bitcoin. And being a Bitcoin holder and an Ethereum holder, I'm very excited about that. That's why I'm not selling my Bitcoin and my Ethereum. But why did I sell those stocks? Because I felt like everything was so high and they had to come back down, and I've sold and now they're starting to come back down. So now my mentality is I'm thinking about getting in again. So let's take a look at the market again. So let's take a look at some of the other stocks that are having good days. Here's EBET. You can see they've come down and now they're starting to come back up. But another one of those stocks that when I look at their fundamentals and I look at their financials, I'm not impressed. It's at 7 cents. They're pretty much almost bankrupt. So I'm not buying this stock. I'm not doing it. But there's people buying the stock, and hey, man, all the power to you. But for me, that doesn't interest me. I can't do it. But I know some of you guys are doing it. All the power to you. I wish you the best of luck. I just can't do it. I can't. I got no interest in it. Here's VCIG, another one that's been higher. It's been a little bit lower, and it's starting to come up. This is a little bit of a better deal. Still not really a profitable company, but a company that is a better deal than a lot of these other companies that are penny stocks, that are just hype stocks, momentum trades. People are just scalping for a quick 10, 20%. This is actually a better deal. It's up 12% on the day, VCIG. And let's take a look at their share structure. Very important to understand the share structure, because if it's a tight float stock, it always has a chance to go higher. Always. All right. Let's see here. Okay, VCIG only has 1.8 million shares in the float. That's a tight float. So these are the types of stocks that can really explode when they only have 1.8 million shares. So I like that. See, there's got to be a reason why I like it. To me, that gets me excited. Honestly, that gets me excited. 1 million shares, VCIG could potentially go to the moon because there's only 1.8 million shares. That's the type of thing that gets me excited, right? When I see that they have huge amount of shares, I get excited. When they have a tight amount of shares, like a small amount of shares, I get excited. If I see a huge amount of shares, I get worried because I think about dilution. I think about people wanting to sell because there's so many shares out there, or if it's crypto, so many coins out there that people are going to be dumping into you. That doesn't get me excited. That actually gets me worried. All right here. All right. Man, time is flying by while I'm showing you guys what's going on in the market. So VCIG is one that I think everyone should be aware of. Here's TTOO. This is another penny stock that everybody's talking about in the world of penny worlds. Another one that doesn't really get me that excited, but it's moving. You know, it's moving. So definitely one to watch. Put it on your radar. Put it on your watch list. And shares in the float. 282 million shares in the float. So another one that's, like I said, penny one that probably not the greatest when you look at the fundamentals, because I've looked at it and it didn't get me that impressed. But a lot of, guys that are looking for momentum are just desperately looking for, 5, 10, 15, 20% moves, and they'll buy these types of stocks, and they're up 17% of the day. Here's WAVD up 18% of the day. Another one at 50 cents. Proceed with caution, but tight float. I like the tight floaters. Only 15 million shares in the float. That's why they have a chance to explode. So a good one to put on your radar and put on your watch list. WAVD, WAVD. Here's SLNG. They're going up. The MACD did call a buy. You can see the RSI here was at a decent buy zone. Decent play, up 9% on the day. Put SLNG on your radar and on your watch list. All right, so here's one that I am interested in buying. Okay, so I'm kind of frustrated. I was really busy this week and I didn't get a chance to buy this dip, but I've been talking about RML to my community for months. These guys were at 5 cents. They went to a high of 52 cents in Canada. I believe they were at like a high of about 40 cents in the US. The symbol is RML in Canada, RMLFF in America. So they're now at 46.5 cents, up 10% of the day. They went up to 52 cents in Canada and then sold off, and this week went to 28. 28 would have been an amazing buy, but unfortunately, I was really busy. I didn't get a chance to buy it, and I missed it. And I'm frustrated because I should have bought it. I wanted to buy it. I thought about buying it, but I wasn't around to do it, and I missed it, and look at what it did. It bounced, gave investors a chance to get back in, and it's bouncing right back up. Now, why do I like this stock? This is a company that has a $1 billion settlement with the government of Venezuela. If the $1 billion settlement comes through, I believe that this could go to at least $1, maybe as high as $3 to $5. If that happens, this gives us a chance to get huge upside. Now, you do need to know that this started at 5 cents a few months ago. It's at 45 cents in Canada. It's up 900%. So I'm not going to tell you to buy it, but I'm interested in buying it myself. Do your own due diligence, do your research. But when I see there's a company that's a penny stock at 45 cents in Canada, and let's take a look at it in America. What's it at today in America? RMLFF. Let's see. RMLFF. So in America, they are currently at 33 cents. So they've been, a little bit higher in America, but you can see that they are up hundreds of percent on the year. Okay, hundreds of percent. Like as of now, they're up 581%. That's a big, big, big move, right? Okay, let's put them beside each other. Hold on. All right, let's see here. As I speak, RML is dropping. So the more they drop, the more I want to buy it. But look at RML. You can see as of now, it's up 600% this year in the last few months. So am I telling you to buy it? No, I'm not telling you to buy anything. I never tell anyone to buy anything. I never tell anyone to sell anything. I'm telling you that I'm interested in buying it. I'm thinking about buying it. But I haven't bought it yet because it just kept going higher and higher and higher. So it's been very difficult for me to get into this, but I want to get into it and I'm going to. And when I do, I'll let you guys know. And if you're a VIP member in my trading community, you will know first. Everyone that was in my trading community has learned about RML since it was at 7 cents. It started at 5, it went to 7. I started telling people at 7, and it's now at 44.5 cents in Canada and 33, almost 34 cents in America. It's been a huge success. And why? Not just because of hype, not because of momentum, not because of day traders, not because of a short squeeze, because of a $1 billion settlement that they're working on that could get settled as early as October of this year, and we're in August. If that happens, I believe we will see this be at least $1. But like I said, $1 billion settlement for a penny stock could take this to $3, $4, $5. I don't know, but I think it's going to go much higher. That's why it's going up. This is what I want you guys to be able to learn how to do as investors. Understand why a stock's going up, understand what the catalysts are so that you can make a good informed decision that makes sense, as opposed to, oh, the stock's up 600%. Let me just buy it and hope it goes up 1,000% and I can make 400%. Does that make sense? I hope that's making sense. Hey, what's up, Rob? Good to see you too, brother. How you doing, man? You have any questions about any stocks, any cryptos, any NFTs, anything, please put in the chat. I'll obviously do my best to always give you the best information and guidance that I can, my friend. Hope you're doing well. And I want to wish everyone a fantastic weekend. It is a Friday. I've got about 10 minutes left. We're going to stay live and continue to show you guys what I'm looking at. But these are the stocks that I'm really interested in right now, and I've been watching all week. All right, let me just tell you about some other stuff that's going on that's got my attention. Let's see here. Oh, let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. Okay, let's talk about this. Where the heck is it? Okay, one second. Hold on. Tesla. So I sold my Tesla this year, okay? And I'm thinking about getting back in. I'm going to show you why. That's funny. It's a picture of Elon. That is so cool. How did that happen? See that picture of Elon? That was so cool. I've never seen that before on TradingView, but that was cool, man. And I have no idea where that came from, but that was cool. So I sold my Tesla. I sold it too soon. It went up, I sold it, and then went up even higher. But now it's coming down. So if you sold your Tesla and it went even higher, like me, and now it's coming down, and it's probably coming down with the price of Bitcoin, which is fine. Now I'm thinking about getting into Tesla again because Elon's the richest man in the world. Tesla is one of the fastest growing companies in the world. Electric vehicles are only getting bigger and bigger, and Tesla is the biggest leader in the world of electric vehicles. So this huge pullback is very interesting to me, you know, because as an investor, that's what I'm looking for, right? I'm looking for something that makes sense, right? I'm looking for something that makes sense to me. And when Tesla dropped to $100, I bought it. Then it went up, I sold it. And it went up even higher, and it got to the point where I felt like it was overbought. So I never called a buy. I waited and waited and waited for this big sell-off, and that's happening. So this sell-off is happening now. Like, look at that huge sell-off, right? Big, massive sell-off. And the MACD did call it. Look, right there. It said sell-off. And look, the RSI is now back in a buy zone. So as an investor, I'm starting to get excited about buying Tesla again because I want to buy things when they're down. I want to buy good growing companies when they're down, like I did last year, and sell them when they're up. So this year I sold all of those stocks that I bought last year. And now that they're starting to go back down, now I'm thinking about buying them again. But I'm wondering, will Tesla go lower? It could. It definitely could. But the thing that I'm thinking about here is this RSI is in such a decent zone that a part of me thinks that it is a good buy because it's in a buy zone for the RSI. So a part of me really thinks this is a good buy, which is crazy because it started the year at $100 and now it's at 215. So why would I want to buy it? It's the Elon effect, you know, it's Elon Musk, you know, it just feels like it's going to go higher. So I'm going to watch this carefully. I'm not buying it right now, but those are two stocks that I'm really thinking about buying. I'm thinking about buying Tesla. I'm thinking about buying Rosoro Mining. I am thinking about buying, when I told you guys earlier here, AGEN. It's now up 21%, so it just keeps going up. So I'm not the only one saying this. Other people are thinking this too because it's going higher. And another one that I'm interested in is PRAX. This is another one that is being bought by one of the largest investors on Wall Street. He's given it a $7 price target in the next 12 months. It's at $1.44, and it's up 7% on the day. I like that. Now, when I look at the share structure, 113 million shares in the float. So it's got a very responsible float, only 113 million shares. I can wrap my head around that. I can get excited about that. I like the share structure. I like the company. I like the fact that they've got revenue growth potential. And I like the fact that big institutional investors that are quality fundamental investors believe in the deal. That's the type of thing I can get excited about. So PRAX, Tesla, these are trades that I'm Rosoro Mining. These are trades that I'm all thinking about getting into. I haven't bought them yet, but these are all trades that I'm thinking about right now. And you can see here, PRAX is actually still down 53% on the year. So they're cheap, they've got huge upside, and they're down. As an investor, that gets me excited, right? That's the type of thing that gets me excited, makes me feel like there's a lot of potential upside when I see this type of trade idea. All right, now let's take a look at one more. What was I thinking about next? There's one more. Oh, Walmart. I really like Walmart, and there's many different reasons, but most of them are fundamental. So Walmart is at $158 and up 1.7%. But the reason why I like Walmart is they just reported a very strong quarter. So this is a fundamental trade. This is more of just like quality company, fundamentally reported a very strong quarter, and it's a quality company that I really like. And when you see good quality companies and they have good quarters, then you have to put them on your radar and put them on your watch list. Now, they're up 14% on the year, so they've been climbing up like most things, but 14% isn't much. So I still feel like there's some chance and opportunity here. If you look at the 5-year chart, you can see they've been higher. They've been higher, right? So it definitely interests me, you know? It interests me a lot knowing that it's been higher, and I feel like there is some serious opportunity here. Serious opportunity here, which I get excited about. I love opportunity as an investor. And Walmart here is just a quality company. And they were given a $168 price target from another institution, currently at $158. So I just don't know. See, when I look at that, I don't know if there's enough room for me to get excited. You know, $10. You know, so it's doing well. They just reported strong, but hard for me to get too excited about it, because when I see that it's got like a $168 price target, it's sitting at 158. I like it. It just reported strong, but everything is pulling back right now, and it just reported a really strong quarter, and it's only up 1%. So that worries me a little bit. So probably not something I'm going to buy, but definitely something I'm watching closely because of the fact that they, you know, it's Walmart. I mean, we all shop at Walmart. I know I do. So I think there's just so much potential. I really believe there's so much potential. So this is just me looking at the indicators directly with just looking at the charts and the candles with no indicators. And you can see that it looks pretty strong over the last 5 years. Walmart's got a pretty strong trajectory. This is just another one of the quality names that I think if you're looking to put in your portfolio, a quality company, this is one that you should definitely be looking at, Walmart. So that's what's kind of going on overall in the week. That's what's happening overall. That's kind of what's been capturing my attention. If there's anything else, here's another one that I'm interested in is Tilray. So Tilray is one that I own, full disclosure. It's one of those cannabis companies that's been in the same category of cannabis companies that's been just destroyed. But they seem to be doing good things. They keep acquiring businesses. They've been acquiring beverage businesses, beverage companies, cannabis companies. They're one of the companies that's becoming a cannabis giant that seems to be acquiring everybody. And look, they're way down, right? 2021, they're at $27. They're sitting at $3.61 in Canada. So I really have a lot of interest in this, and full disclosure, I own it. So I'm not trying to tell you to buy it, but as a straight pure investment, I'm very interested in this. I'm extremely interested in this, okay? So that's why I'm showing you this. You can see the MACD is calling a buy, and the RSI is in a good buy zone. So that's two indicators signaling a buy. They continue to do good things. They continue to buy these businesses. They continue to do the right thing, but they're still not profitable. That's why they're trading down in this region. If these guys can turn the corner and get profitable, I think Tilray could easily be a 10x. So this is another one of those trades that I'm interested in, and I own some, and I'm going to probably buy some more Tilray, because I just feel like long term, if they can turn the corner and become profitable, which I believe they're going in that direction, I really believe that Tilray could be a 10x. That's my opinion. Love to know what you guys think about it. Tilray, put it on your radar, put it on your watch list. If you like these videos, please smash the like button, comment down below, share the video everywhere, and subscribe. And I hope you guys learned something from today's episode. Hope you guys are learning all the time. If you'd like to learn more about Rich TV, you can join our website. Our email list is growing. Over 15,000 members worldwide getting our emails now, when we give you guys alerts, news, ideas, trending topics, and we're going to continue to and give you trade ideas like we've been doing for years. Hope you guys are enjoying the show. You can go to richtv.io and join absolutely free. If you want to get all my own personal trade ideas and my daily alerts for stocks, cryptos, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and trending topics and breaking news, you can become a VIP member at richtv.io and get all of the backend access first and become a VIP member, or join richtv.io and get tons of information at your fingertips, just like this show today, absolutely free. Thank you guys for watching. If you're not winning, you're probably not watching. We bring in the winners, news, trending topics, CEO interviews, engaging shows, and we bring it to you first, exclusively here at Rich TV Live. Thank you for watching. Have a great weekend. I really believe that it's going to be a tough month, and I've been saying that in July about August, and that's exactly what's happened. I do believe that September, things will start to get a little bit better, especially for small caps, but I do believe that it'll probably be a little bit of a slower month in September too. Why? Seasonality. September's, like, typically, historically, has always been a bad month in the markets. So I do believe that we're going to have a choppy 6 weeks between now and October, but I believe that historically, seasonality, October, November will probably have pretty good months. So I'm thinking what's going to happen is in the next 6 weeks, we'll have a little bit of a pullback in the market in stocks and crypto so that we have another setup for everything to explode again in October and November, maybe December. And then that leads us into 2024, where we've got all these catalysts for Bitcoin, Bitcoin halving coming, 6 Bitcoin ETFs, where I believe we're going to have a magical 2024. So stay tuned. I'll give you guys all the updates as they happen exclusively at Rich TV. Thank you for watching, everybody. Have a great day. Have a great weekend. I'm out. Peace.